Hi friends, good evening, and I want to share some interesting and important thing what I learned from me from the past since 2 months. So I think it's exactly 2 months. I went to India in February and I came back on February 23rd, and I'm not these days I'm not very active on Instagram. I think you can all notice somebody some people in my community people I follow from Believe Nation, so they also follow me on everyday basis and they'll check with me how are you and how are you doing. And I feel I when I got message from them, I feel very good. And also these days, as you can see, I'm not very active on Instagram, and but still I'm making myself consistent with work, recording videos, because I'm very much consistent on my other YouTube channels. Like I have a English channel and a Telugu YouTube channel, so I'm very much consistent on those. But still I'm not consistent on Instagram. There are many other reasons. I don't say as I'm working on those I'm not very active on Instagram. Like there are other lot many reasons. So reasons, excuses. So uh, as I told you, I came back from an Indian trip, India trip on February 23rd or 24th, and I had jet lag for a few days, but still I made it to office. And because when I'm in office I don't feel like sleeping. I felt like sleeping for 2 days in the afternoon time, during especially during the lunch break, because it would be night time in India, so I felt like sleeping. So what I did was I slept for 15 to 20 minutes in the afternoon. For the first 2 days when I came back from India, and I recovered from jet lag. And few days later, um, daylight saving started. So that's where some things happened, and daylight saving started. And also um, that's where I started missing my morning routine. That's where I started missing my like habits that I love to do. I don't do those habits just to check my to-do list or something like that. I don't do it for the sake of checking. I do it because I really feel happy when I accomplish or when I complete those tasks every day. What are those tasks? I used to wake up around 5:30, and also I used to go for a walk. I used to write my journal, but still I'm doing it consistently. And I used to read book. I'm not doing it so all these are the things I used to do. But now I'm waking up very late, I'm sleeping very late, and I'm waking up very late. I'm sleeping very late means because I'm not wasting my time, or I'm not spending on unnecessary things. I'm using my time productively, but still I have so much of free time or something like that. Or there is so much time I waste on scrolling things, on unnecessarily watching all the feed. Yes, sometimes I really love it. I really enjoy sending message to people I follow, sending message to people I love, or I when I love their content, I comment, I send I make sure that I send them a DM. And why I'm telling all this is because, as I told you, I'm missing my morning routine. I'm missing my morning routine, and because I also told you that I'm feeling very sad because I used to do my morning routine for the week, and sometimes I used to make excuses during the weekend. And because as I'm missing that routine during the weekends, it is making me to continue the same laziness, continue the same hitting the snooze button on the weekdays as well. So that's why I decided to I decided to stick to my morning routine on weekends and weekdays as well, like all the days. Because I also learned from Eric Thomas. He says, he preaches that DNA of your success is in your morning routine, is in your routine. It's like any routine, morning or night routine. DNA of your success is in your routine. The strength is in your routine. And also I learned from Jocko Willink, the Navy SEAL, retired Navy SEAL. And what he says, you are very consistent waking up with one schedule. I like he says, I don't know. I don't care when you wake up. I if you wake up on you wake up on 10 or 11. I don't care about the timing, but stick to that time every single day. Stick to that time every single day, even if it is weekend or even if it is a weekday. Doesn't matter. Even if it is a holiday, doesn't matter. Stick to it. Like sometimes, rarely you can miss it, but stick to your morning routine and stick to that particular time that you love. But these days I'm sleeping very late and sleeping waking up very late in the morning time. That's what I'm not liking it. I i do self talk so much because it is helping me to improve myself. It is helping me to love myself. So when I did my when I did that introspection, what I learned was I'm making lot of excuses. No one is telling me to do this thing. No one is telling me to do no one is telling me to procrastinate. No one is telling me. There is no other person from outside. There is no other enemy in my life because I don't have enemies in I don't hold grudges because I forgive others and I also forgive myself because for the sake of myself. Because if I hold that feeling of grudge or if I hold that feeling of negativity, I feel sad. It's not good for my health. So that's why I forgive others very quickly, and also I forgive myself very quickly because to be happy. So these days uh, I'm making a lot of excuses. I have so much time to post on Instagram to continue my morning routine, but I'm making excuses. There is no other person is telling me to procrastinate. My own thoughts, my own mind is telling me. It's my enemy. I'm fighting I'm not fighting with my enemy, but I'm um, facing that challenge from my enemy. That is my own thoughts. Because I told you, I'm very much consistent on my YouTube channels, and also I post episodes on podcast, on Anchor, on different platforms. So I'm doing so much work on the side, but still I have time to be consistent, or I have still time to post on Instagram. But what I'm doing is I'm comparing to the others. I sometimes I feel like I need to do more editing if I want to post something on Instagram. When I see some other contents, I feel I want to edit like that. I should edit like that. I'm saying it to myself, and I'm making excuses to myself, and I'm doing nothing. So I'm working on this. I'm working on this enemy, the thought, the mind.